Good morning. This morning I want to talk about law of averages and how it relates to recruiting and prospecting. I know recruiting and prospecting has kind of gained a little bit of a bad vibe with a lot of people, and even when you hear that, you might think, I don't want to prospect, I don't want to recruit. But actually, it's a good opportunity to build your organization and to become a mentor and to give people an opportunity that don't have that opportunity. And if you don't believe that, look at yourself. Somebody gave you that opportunity at one point in time, and so you gained from it. So how does the law of averages relate to that? Well, the law of averages works like this. If you do something long enough or often enough, a ratio will appear. So for example, if you hit 3 out of 10 in baseball, you get a 300 batting average. Now in baseball, if you have a 300 batting average, they'll pay you $10 million a year. So it doesn't take much to be successful when it comes to the law of averages as long as you're consistent. So if you talk to 10 people and one says yes, then you have a ratio of 1 to 10. So you talk to 10, you get 1. Now the law of averages also says that I can compete. So with every 10 I get 1, I can still compete with the person that can get 9 out of 10. Now I'm sure there's probably some people in Conklin that can get 9 out of 10. There might be that one guy that can get 9 out of 10. But you give me 30 days to compete against that guy, I could probably compete against him. And you probably ask me, well, how can you compete against him? Here's why. He talks to 10 people, he gets 9. I talk to 100 people, I get 10. I beat him. If you look at that, it's really kind of a clever idea if you think about it. It just means we have to work harder. So what does that really mean? What's that target point? When I know that I can make up in numbers what I lack in skill, that gives me the motivation to be able to continue to talk to more people. So I can beat the person that has more skill than me just by more ambition. So and the nice thing about this is who can do this? Anybody can do it. Anybody with ambition, anybody with a little bit of ingenuity, it doesn't matter. The next target I want to point out is the law of average can be increased. So you talk to 10 people, you get 1. Talk to another 10 people, you get 1. By the 4th time you talk to 10 people, you get 2. Why is that? Because you're getting better. So the law of averages can be increased in your favor so that you can continue to climb, and maybe eventually one day you're going to talk to 10 people and get 3. And that's really where the sweet spot is. You might say, well, why can't I get 4, get 5? It really doesn't work like that. You can continue to get that many, but you're going to find some just aren't good prospects or good, they don't turn out to be good people. So that sweet spot of 3, works out anywhere in sports. They have an average of 3 out of 10. That makes them successful. And Jim Rohn, the guy that I kind of borrowed this material from, he made millions on this 3 out of 10 principle. If you can get 4 out of 10, if you can get 4 out of 10, you're a rock star. But I would aim for that goal of 3 out of 10. Now, from this, I want to talk to you about the law of the sower. Now, the law of the sower is a little principle taken out of the Bible, and it actually has the law of averages built into the story. So what is the law of the sower? It's a guy that goes out with seed to spread seed in the ground so that he can get a crop. And in this story, you'll find out the very first thing is that the sower is ambitious. You got to be ambitious. So that point's a given. The second point is that he has good seed, and I think we all believe that we have good seed that we can plant. That our message is pure, our message is good. Point 3 is when you throw some in the ground, and as the story goes, you throw some in the ground, some goes to the side of the path, and the birds get it. Now, this is an interesting point because the birds are the people that they're not really interested. They're willing to come to the meeting and hear your story, but that's really all the farther they go. So, case in point, you invite Rob to the meeting. Rob says, "Yeah, I'll come to the meeting." And then sometime between, you're going to have the meeting Monday night, and then Monday night's the meeting, and you come to the meeting, Rob isn't there. And you end up finding out and asking Rob, why weren't you there? And come to find out that Rob had talked to his other buddy, and his buddy said, whoa, you're going to what, a network marketing thing? That's dumb. And then, boom, you lost Rob. What happened? The birds. So you're going to find out that some people are like this. Point number two, or off that idea is when you get people that are like this, what do you do with the birds? So I got 2 points when you talk about what do you do with the birds. Point one is don't chase the birds. You find this guy and you talk. Maybe you want to go and talk to this guy that talked Rob out of it and say, you know, I find that guy. I'm gonna find out why he talked Rob out of it, and I'm gonna show him what for and explain to him what's going on. And that's going to be futile. I challenge you, don't go down that road. You're not going to find anything from that. So don't go chasing the birds. Why don't you go chase the birds? Because when you chase the birds, you leave the field, and that leaving the field means you're less productive, and it won't lead to any success. So number one is don't chase the birds. Number two, when you're dealing with birds, is keep sowing. Now the little secret in keep sowing is because you can sow more than there are birds. There's not enough birds to make the average not work. So you're gonna throw seed out and you're gonna spread this story, and the birds will actually end up going away. So I heard this guy one time say, you know, there's like 9 or 10 nasty people in the world. And you say, well, only 9 or 10? Yeah, there's really only 9 or 10 nasty people in the world. And you know you're going to run into 1 or 2 of them. You're bound to. But when you do, just think to yourself, okay, I ran into a nasty person. Really, there's only 9 more left in the world. And, you know, what's 9 more? I can deal with that. I can handle that. And you get that perspective in your mind that you're just going to bounce into some nasty people and they're not going to want to listen to your message. Number 2 in the story is some of the seed falls on the ground. So what do you do with some of the seed that falls on the ground? It does take root a little bit. It does sprout a little bit, but it doesn't have any growth or any root structure. So what happens when the sun comes out and it gets too hot, or in network marketing is you know, when tough times come, is they're going to burn up. They're going to burn up from the heat. So in the story, you say I finally get to Rob, and he started 3 or 4 days in, and someone says boo to him. Someone says, oh, this is, what are you doing? This is stupid. And then he says, oh shoot, I'm done. And you're thinking, wow, I thought I would have at least lasted a week or 2, right? But you're going to find out that this kind of people, they just don't last. They get a little bit of a root down, they get a little bit of a structure down, but they don't last. So once again, I'm going to tell you, don't concentrate on these people. You're going to try to change them. You're going to try to work with them. You're going to try to, you know, pour into them, and you're going to know that they're just not getting it. So don't waste too much time in pursuing these people. Like I said, it's not your doing, so move on. And the third point of the story is, and you're going to notice in the story that the sower, he keeps on sowing. Some seed gets taken by the birds, some fall by the wayside, but he keeps on sowing. You know, it's that ambition, it's that driving motivation. So the third one is he throws some seed, and the seed falls on thorny ground. Now I know right here you're thinking, oh boy, you know, doesn't any of this seed fall in good places? Yes, it does. Wait till the end of the story. Some falls on thorny ground. What does thorny ground represent? It represents where they start to grow a little bit, you know, and they're gaining some traction, but the thorns choke them out. And what the thorns, actually in the Bible, the thorns represent the small cares and worries and little things in their life, the little other responsibilities they have. And, you know, you say to the guy, you know, hey, why didn't you follow through on this? Why aren't you working on this? And he says, well, you know, the screen door was broken. Or, you know, I had to fix that. Or, you know, if I don't fix the screen door, the whole house is going to, you know, eventually come falling down. Or he might say, I got to take the garbage out. If I don't take the garbage out, things are gonna pile up. And they always have something, little cares, little worries that are going to distract them, that they're not going to continue to move forward. And just remember, these people, they're going to be like that. It's not your doing, so move on. And the last one is the seed falls on good ground. These are good people. These are good ground. These are the people that you want. But here's the funny thing. You're going to sign up good people. You're going to work with good people. Some are only going to do 30%. Some are going to do 60%. Some are going to do 100%. So you've got to remember that you can't make the 30 do more. You can't make the 60 do more. You're going to have to work with the people and be happy with the 30% that they do and the 60% that the 60% people do. Why don't you worry about it? Because everybody has different potentials and different capabilities. So in closing today, I want to talk to you that the law of averages does work for everybody. It works for you because if you're not talking prospecting at all, then your ratio is probably 0 for 0, and that's still a ratio. So just remember, in baseball, if you hit 300, you can make millions of dollars. And the same thing with Jim Rohn and his teaching is his ratio of 3 out of 10 made him millions and millions of dollars. So make sure that you're out there prospecting, talking to people. Make a goal that you're going to talk to a certain amount of people a week, a certain amount of people a month. Write it down, track it, keep statistics, and hopefully that you can make the law of averages work in your favor. Hope this works for you guys. I would love to see your comments below and see what successes or challenges you've already done, or maybe you want to put on there that you're going to try this. So hope you're having a Merry Christmas.